All right, so look, if we look at the third graph, where's the paper? Here, it's 1/4, but all I did was change it to 0.25. Okay, so we're gonna solve this one for vertex X, Y, and concavity, and then I'll graph it like the other one. Okay, this one, we love it because it is so little work, okay? This is called vertex form because it's HK. Your vertex is HK, except you go opposite H, you follow K. Yes? So this is just using your eyes. There's so much less work than standard form. So if I kind of move it up, and if I look at number 3, and I just kind of write work here, my vertex, here's my A, here's my H, here's my K, but remember, it's X minus H. So what's my vertex? What is it, Daniel? What's my H value? It's one of the 3 numbers. Opposite H follow K. -6. And what's my K? 2. So this is just visually. That's it. Opposite, follow it. Right? Because it's X minus, and so if the 6 is positive, that's because the H was a -6, and so a negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, really easy. How do you find your X-intercept? You let Y equal 0. So 0 equals 0.25. Okay, so this one requires work. And so this one, you're going to end up having to solve it by square roots. This is usually the favored method. And then the Y-intercept is really easy. So we're going to do a lot of work here, but again, the Y-intercept will be ridiculously easy. Okay. Keep going. Okay, you did this like week 1, week 2. All right, how do you solve by square roots? Remember, your whole idea is to isolate X. You want your X-intercept. This is what I want to isolate. So I need to, step by step, I need to remove my constant. Then I need to divide out my A value. Inverse operate it by dividing. And then I'm going to square root. Okay, so it's actually like 4 steps. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take my constant -2 and I'm going to jump this equal sign. So it's going to become a -2. Right? So this is a constant. I didn't multiply, I didn't divide. The inverse operation is subtraction because it's positive. Okay, now what's your inverse operation? I need to get rid of this A value. You're going to divide it. So grab a calculator. What's -2 divided by a 4th? It should be, I think, -8. Let me see. -8. Oh, you can't see. -8. There we go. Kind of. Okay, so I put this in a calculator and I get -8. And now I'm left with quantity X plus 6 squared. Now you're still... You want to isolate the X. This quantity is now isolated. So now you're going to attack your square. What's the inverse operation to squaring? Square rooting. So you're going to square root and square root. And we're going to end up with another I. Good thing is you don't have to plot it. Okay, so we did this already. So what's the square root of 8? 2.8. So this is going to be plus minus 2.8i. Because remember, the I comes from this negative. And then what's on the other side? These two, the square and the square root, right? They're inverse operations. So I'm just left with x plus 6. Your radicand comes out untouched. And now what do I do with the negative 6? I mean, what do I do with the 6? I just told you, sorry. Yeah, so cross this equal sign, but it's going to go to the front because remember, it is always a plus bi form for complex numbers. So it's going to be negative 6 plus or minus 2.8i. That, well, those, because there's two of them, those are your X-intercepts. You're going to get out in like 4 minutes. Y-intercept is going to be done right now. Okay, what about your Y-intercept? What is it? Oh, no, we have to solve for it. No, we need to stop here then. I thought we were doing standard form. We're doing vertex stuff. Okay, we'll solve for this tomorrow, but how do you find the Y-intercept? You let x equals 0, and so you get 6 squared, 36 times a quarter. What's a fourth of 36? 9?
Yes.
9 plus 2, you're going to get 11 here. So if you decide to do it on your own, you're going to get 11, but I'll do the work tomorrow. Okay? All right, let me hit stop.